Making room for change. This is one of my very favorite modules because this is when you really start to dig in, and this is basically your first assignment. And when we are in a place of wanting to make change, we have to make room for that. And it has to be internally and externally. So I'm so excited to share with you the workbook that is called Simplify Your Life, Making Room for Change. And what I want you to do is I want you to really take the time with this. The cool thing is that you can print this and handwrite it, or I had it created so that it's a fillable PDF as well. So super exciting, and we're gonna go over this. Now, when it comes to making room for change, let's just kind of talk about this. There's an onion that we have to peel back. There's a layer of things that we have to work through in order to pull in the new desired self and the new desired world. Because this version of you has a particular operating system in your mind, and there's also a particular operating system going on in your lifestyle. The new version will have a new operating system in your mind, and there will be a whole new operating system in your lifestyle as well. And this booklet is going to be the beginning of creating the awareness of what things need to change. So let's go over the first page. And the first page is things that I am ready to organize and declutter. There are things in your environment that need to be organized and decluttered. I am certain of that. We all have it, and sometimes what happens is we will declutter a certain area, and then a few weeks will go by, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh my gosh, it has come back. And the reason is because there is a routine, and there are things that we're like, oh, we'll just put this over here. And then the next thing you know, just like our body, just like everything else in life, we tend to find ourselves in the same situation because we haven't really truly made the change, okay? So this first page is about your environment, because a visually chaotic environment can negatively affect your happiness and your productivity. So that's what this first page looks like. I really want you to take the time and really think. And I know some people will say this: I'm OCD. I don't have clutter anywhere. I just, I don't like anything on my counters. I'm already organized. Dig deeper, okay? Don't fool yourself. Because if you want to make a change, trust me, you've got clutter somewhere, okay? And it could be the drawer in your kitchen. It could be the basement that is the catch-all area. You might not see it every moment of every day, but trust me, it's there and it's in here. So don't fool yourself on that one. The next one is delegate and ask for help. What in your life can you delegate? Okay, so here's the thing. Like in my household, it's I've finally gotten to the point where Colin is vacuuming for me. That is a huge help. Or even taking Ayana for a walk where Colin will take her, and then that'll free up some time for me. So I'm basically asking for help. One of the biggest problems that we have is we feel like I might as well just do it myself because it's not going to get done the way that I want it done anyway. Now, that right there is a belief that turned into a truth, that turned into a fact in your mind. Trust me, I've struggled with it too. And therefore, this is why you have overwhelm, and you feel scattered, and you feel you can't make any progress because you feel like you have to do everything. So here's the deal. Put your cape down, Wonder Woman, and start asking for help. It doesn't mean that you are weak because you're asking for help, okay? So the next page, things that need to be eliminated and or completed. So what can you remove from your life or your to-do list that will make you feel happier and allow you to become more productive? Here's the deal. I've had several clients, well, I volunteer for Sally Sue's, dance club, and then I am the PTA mom for this, and then and I'm like, okay, you're volunteering your time, but you feel fucked up, and your surroundings are a mess. Do you see the problem here? Maybe I'm speaking to you. Maybe you are that person. You got to give that stuff up if you want to make change. Helping other people, yes, it feels amazing. But put it on hold until you've helped yourself, and then you can give of your time. I see it all the time. Well, I'm running from here and I'm there and I'm committed to this and I'm committed to that. Oftentimes when people overcommit themselves, sometimes there's something else underneath it that maybe they're trying to not run from something, but avoid things, so they stay busy. They stay really busy. Well, I'm too busy for that. I don't have time for that. And it could also be too, you know, I hear this all the time. Well, I don't have time to change anything. I don't have time. I don't have time to better myself. I don't have time for personal development. That is just an excuse, because it's a belief that you've told yourself for so long. And it's an excuse so that you can avoid actually doing the work. Okay? Hitting home here maybe? All right. Oh, and also too, completing. You know, I have talked about things, you know, of my past where I was a total professional quitter. I would start something and then I would just put it aside. Yeah, I'll finish it later. And then I would never go back to it. So I want you to really look at some things that if you haven't completed something, evaluate it and ask yourself, okay, is this something that I need to complete, or is it something I just need to be done with? Okay, so now we're going to talk about the inner and outer work. Making big changes in your life will have a major impact on your overall results. It's very important that you work on things that are going on within. Catch it on here? We're doing a lot of inner work here. What habits do you have that enable you to grow personally? What makes you feel grounded and internally present? What things bring you joy? The thing is we find ourselves obsessing over the things that we don't want, and we don't put enough attention on the things that we do want. And trust me, it is constant work. I find myself having to check my thought process all day long. And this is something that we have to be very conscious of, and then it will start to just become a part of your regular thinking. But if you really think about it, oftentimes we are always focusing on the things that are going wrong or the things that we don't have. And so I'm here to help you to make that shift and focus on the things that you want and deserve and that you can have. Okay, so the next one, now this one is, again, digging deeper, and it's really asking you some great questions, and it's really asking you, you know, to really think. So I want you to put a lot of thought in this. And, you know, what do you look like right now is one of the questions. How long have you been trying to lose weight? How do I feel right now? What is the one thing that keeps getting in your way? For me, it was alcohol. How is my overall physical condition? And really get honest with yourself. Like, really get honest with yourself. Tell me where you see yourself in 3, 6, and 12. And I want you to be very specific. Very specific. This should not have one line. This should be a paragraph. Okay, what is your commitment level to achieving your desired goals? You know what, let me go back to this question. Tell me where you see yourself in 3, 6, and 12. Now, let me tell you something about the subconscious mind. It is extremely literal. And what I mean by that is that when it comes to goals, you have to be very specific. Your conscious mind is the goal setter. So right now, we're using the conscious mind to set the goals, but the subconscious mind is the goal getter. So we have to make sure that we're working with both so that we can align you into getting your desired outcome. So for example, where do you see yourself in 3 months? You want to be very specific. Well, in 3 months, I see myself playing with my children in the backyard with an energy level of a 6 out of a 1 to 10. Do you see what I mean? And what I mean about the subconscious being literal, here's a great example that you could probably relate a little more to. So let's say you said, I want to make more money. Then the next day, you find a penny on the ground. Your subconscious mind says, oh, she said she wanted more money. We just found it. Task complete. And that's it. So if you want to make more money, for example, you would say, I want to make $10,672.52 by June 1st. Do you see? So you have to be very, very specific. We need to pull that subconscious mind in to help us get where we are going. Next one is, what is your commitment level to achieving your desired goals, and what habits or beliefs are you willing to change about yourself in order to accomplish your goals? And do you believe there are any unresolved, unfinished issues from your past that could interfere with your success? That one is a really good one, because that one is about digging into some old beliefs and maybe some old things that happened in your past where you feel defeated, or maybe you were continuously told something over and over and over again by your mom or your dad or a teacher, and then you just took that on as your belief, your truth, and then your fact. So get started, take your time, and this is going to be a really big eye-opener for you, and I'm really excited. So we'll see you in the next module.